What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video of the Point After Podcast. Florida versus Georgia, the final SEC preview video that we'll be doing this week. Could be pretty interesting. I'm excited to watch this game, especially with both teams coming off of a bye week. But before we get into it, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 300. Goal was 250, and we've crushed it. So let's see how high we can get this thing before the end of the season. So what's looking into this game at face value, Georgia should run away with it. Florida sucks. Florida's not a good football team. Now, Florida was embarrassed last time we saw them by LSU. The last big rivalry game that Florida played in was against Tennessee on the road, and they lost by 5 to Tennessee, who's now one of the best teams in college football, probably the number one team. And Georgia hasn't played a team worth of shit all season, truly. Which kind of scares me, I'm not going to lie, because a lot of people are saying, well, Georgia hasn't played anybody, and they almost lost to Missouri, and they gave up 22 to Kent State. And you're kind of writing off Georgia like you were Ohio State before they went to go play Iowa, and then they put up 56 points. Those are kind of the vibes I'm getting here. I think Georgia has the potential to run away with old Stequavius Stetson Bennett, who's only thrown 7 touchdowns, but he's thrown for 2,000 yards. That's ridiculous. And I'm talking like somebody I covered a second ago. I think it was Max Duggan maybe. He's already thrown for 19 touchdowns where Stetson's set at 7 touchdowns on 2,000 yards. Pretty incredible. They're 5th in passing yards, 3rd in rushing yards, 8th in yards per play, 4th in first down defensively. Offensively, Georgia is 1st in red zone efficiency, 5th in first downs, 17th in sacks, 7th in passing yards, 30th in rushing yards, and 4th in yards per play. Again, on paper, face value, Georgia should run away with this. 22-point favorite, I like it. I like Georgia to win big, 45-20, somewhere in there, 45-13. This is going to be a first true test for Georgia's defense. Because you get a very mobile quarterback who can beat you with his legs. He can't beat you with his arm. We know that. Anthony Richardson is awful when it comes to throwing the football. Problem is he's elusive as hell with his legs. And both teams are coming off of a bye week, so you're getting a fresh Florida team. You're getting Billy Napier, who's looking to make a name for himself his first season. He needs that one win. He has a win over Utah, but how big was that win? It was week number 1. I think if they played again today, Utah wipes the floor with Florida, even in the swamp. That's just kind of how I see this Florida team. I'm not high on them, but I think they could come in and start hot and maybe impress a few Florida fans. I don't think anybody else is going to be impressed besides Florida fans with this game. Look at Florida offensively. I mean, you're 94th in first downs. You're 91st in passing yards, 5th in yards per play. The fact that you're 91st in passing yards but 5th in yards per play is stupid. I don't know how that matches up, but you got 70 degrees, overcast. Should be a pretty day for football down in Jacksonville. I still think Georgia wins this one big. I just don't think Florida has what it takes to keep pace with them. I think Georgia should have their way offensively. They're putting up 530 yards per game already. They're only allowing 247, 83 yards per rush. Georgia's going to say, hey, Anthony Richardson, if you can beat us, beat us. Otherwise, you're not running the football. I'm expecting Georgia to 7-man in the box almost every play, bring a lot of pressure, keep Anthony in the pocket. Keep Anthony in the pocket and make him beat you with his arm. He's going to throw an interception. If there's an Anthony Richardson INT prop this weekend, I'm betting on it to just throw one because after that, who knows? He may never throw the ball again. I don't know. But Georgia's going to let Anthony Richardson beat them with his arm because they know, Kirby knows he can't do it. He cannot do it. If you can look me dead in the face and give me 3 reasons why Anthony Richardson can beat Georgia with his arm, I'll pay you $100 because it's not possible. It's the same thing when I previewed that Tennessee game. I said that on Monday that you needed to go to your local church and start praying because there's no way in hell you win that football game. Same thing applies here. I'm sorry, Florida fans. You're probably going to hate me by the end of the season. You're just not good this year. And I'm one of the biggest Billy Napier fans you're probably going to see. I loved him when he was at Bama. I loved him when he was at ULL. He was a great hire for Florida. Him, Mike Norvell, Mario Cristobal, all in the same state. That's beautiful. It's beautiful for the state of Florida. It's beautiful for the game. But you're going to have to give him time. A lot of people are writing off Mario Cristobal because of the talent that Miami has. Like, oh, you shouldn't have lost to Duke. Tyler Van Dyke got hurt in like the first quarter. That threw off everything. Kansas State, Adrian Martinez, same thing. When your starting quarterback, your NFL first-round draft pick goes down, a potential first-round draft pick, at least top 2 rounds, that changes everything. It does. Mario needs time to get that program going. Florida, Billy Napier needs time to get this program how he wants it. Steve Sarkisian's only in like year 2, 3. He needs time to get that program turned around. You can't do that. Now, sure, you can do it with NIL and transfers and all that now. It still takes time, because even if you bring in a lot of top talent transfer, you're not bringing in guys that know how you want to do it. You're bringing in guys that are good, know how to play, and know how to win, and know what it takes to be a college football player. But you're not bringing in guys that know what your coaching staff and your system and how you want to do things is about. They don't know your program. They know football. That's what Billy Napier is going to have to get done, and he will. If you're a Florida fan, you have to trust that. It's what Kirby's done. Kirby and Nick and Brian Kelly at Notre Dame, they built all of that stuff without the transfer portal. Okay, transfer portal is just making the rich get richer here. When it comes to building a program, you have to start from the bottom and build up, especially when you're rebuilding a team like Mario with Miami, Billy with Florida. That's just how it goes, okay? Venables with Oklahoma, Sark with Texas. It's anybody that you talk about that's a new coach like that, that's a high-caliber coach that's going into a bad program. I'm not talking a bad team, bad school. I'm talking a bad program. That program was left in shambles. You have to get your footprint on it, and you have to do that as quick as possible. Florida fans, you're 4-3. You're going to be 4-4. You could very easily win 6 games. I'll give you a little bit of hope here. You can beat Texas A&M because it's the same situation. I don't think Texas A&M can run the ball as good as you. I'll get that preview video out next Monday, but you have a chance to win that game. South Carolina, same situation. I think you can beat Vanderbilt. And then Florida State, we'll just kind of have to see. So you could very well go to a bowl game if you're Florida. You just got to win 2 out of your last 5. Okay, so that's my prediction on this game. I think it's ugly. I think Georgia wins. So I'm sorry, Florida fans, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But if you're at this point in the season you haven't woken up yet, then I think you got bigger issues. So thank you guys for tuning into the video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will look forward to seeing you guys next Monday.